girls, Jaya, back with another video. Today I'm doing my first story time, so I really hope y'all enjoy the story time. And y'all already see the title, baby. Y'all already see the title, so y'all know it's about to be a crazy story. Now, I'm not gonna use real names. I'm going to use fake names, and just because, like, you know, I'm not really a drama-filled person, so I really don't want to put people's name out there, and then like some people that might subscribe to me might know who that person is and stuff like that, and then they might say something like, oh, you're bad, da, da, da. I don't want nobody to get bashed. I don't want nobody to get judged. I don't want nobody to feel any type of way about anybody else. I'm just coming on here to share an experience with you guys. So please, like I said, I'm not gonna do anything that's drama filled. This is just something that happened in the past, and I'm just gonna tell you guys story times. I'm gonna have more story times as time goes by, and I have a lot of crazy, funny, outrageous stories. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, like, let's get into the video. Y'all seen the title? Vegas trip gone wrong. And when I say gone wrong, I'm talking about probably the worst trip experience no. I would say the second worst trip I experienced. Okay, so we're gonna start off just by saying my friend Ashley, she actually stayed in Vegas. So I was pretty happy when I found out Ashley was staying in Vegas, just because of the simple fact, I'm like, yeah, like that's somewhere I never been. I wanted to go, so I'm like super excited, and I had been telling her in advance, like, you know, I think I might just come out there and stuff like that. So originally the plans was I was actually with my ex, and his birthday was coming up. His birthday is in August, so we were gonna take a trip to Tennessee, go to the cabins, vibe and everything, you know what I mean? So and that was gonna be at the end of July. So I requested those days off. I got those days off, and then me and him were kind of like, sorry about that, y'all. My iPhone has been like saying some weird stuff, because I'm currently recording off my phone because I'm gonna get a camera soon, but right now I'm recording off my phone, so just bear with me. So anyways, so me and him were seeing odds, like we were at odds, and you know how, y'all know how it could be if you're a female, and you know, female or male, you know, like your relationship could be going left, and you just like, dang, like I don't think a trip gonna really help it, you know what I'm saying? So type shit. So then we end up not going, so it was like canceled, and I was like, dang, I got these free days off. I still want to turn up. I've been working my butt off. I still want to go and have fun and enjoy myself, because you know, I'm 24 years old. I'm still living my life. I still want to have fun. So then I'm like, okay, forget it. I actually started talking to an old associate that I went to high school with, and I'm like, bet, like I asked her, like, you know, would you be down to go to Vegas during these days, you know, and you know, would that be good for you? You know what I mean? And would you be down for it? And even if they wasn't down for it, my friend already told me, like, she stays in Vegas. She just moved to Vegas. So I was like pretty much excited for that. And I'm like, regardless, even if Brianna didn't come, we're gonna call her Brianna. Even if Brianna didn't come, Ashley stayed there. So Ashley stayed there. So I would have been straight, and I would have still had fun regardless, because if you know me, you know I like to turn up and have fun and have a good time. I don't like no trip where I'm just feeling bad, feeling irritated, and, you know, just doing too much. I don't. Anywho, so after that, Brianna was like, yeah, like, you know, I want to go to Vegas with you. And I'm like, this is my first time going, so I'm really excited. So fast forward, I end up like before the days, obviously I was working, and me and her was hanging out here and there. And then I'm talking about Brianna. So then I tell Brianna like, oh, I'm going to the mall, because I remember she said she wanted to go to the mall and she had to get some stuff too, you know, last minute for the trip. So I'm like, well, I'm at the mall right now, you know. She's like, well, if you give me this, I'll send you the cash up you the money. And so I end up getting a couple things and for myself, and I got her something, whatever she had told me she wanted, and then she was gonna cash out me the money or whatever. So she ended up doing that. And then fast forward, this is the next day. So the next day, I'm calling her because I get to the airport, because I didn't know, first off, it was still like an uneven type of vibe, because it was kind of like she was kind of giving she wanted to go, and then she was kind of giving she didn't want to go. So I thought she was going to flake on me and not come to Vegas. I would have been upset just because she didn't communicate it like as she should have. But I mean, she just was like communicating pretty weird. So I was like, dang, like that's kind of weird if you don't come, just because you could have at least told me like, girl, I can't come. You know what I mean? So, and I would have understood. So anyways, I'm at the airport because I didn't want to be late for my flight. And like I said, I work at the airport. So I didn't want to be late for my flight, because I would be one of those people, and I know how that be because I work there. I work at the gate. I was the customer service representative, like an agent. So I was an agent. So I know how that feels when you waiting on a passenger to come and you ready to close the doors. You gotta close the doors, because it's a lot that goes into preparing for a flight, y'all. Y'all don't even know. So anyway, so I get there, so I'm blowing her phone up. Trying to see, bro, like, what's going on? Like, a phone? Okay, whatever. But yeah, so I'm blowing her phone up, just like trying to see if she's still coming or not. And then she finally answers. She's like, I'm on the way. And you know, I don't want to get too deep into like the reason why she might not have came. Because it was like a issue that I would have understood if she didn't come. Sorry. It would have made sense, you know what I mean? But as long as you communicate stuff with me, like, we good. And I feel like that's what everybody, you gotta have good communication, especially when it comes to this trip stuff, because I'm tired of planning trips where people say they want to come and then last minute they on some BS. That pisses me off. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, that pisses me off, y'all. I don't think y'all understand. Because it's like, I've been planning this trip and I was like so excited and stuff like that. Like, don't ruin it. Let me know what's going on. Then I could go from there. At least I could be like, all right, dang. All right, I'm about to be on this trip by myself. Who cares? You know what I mean? I'm still have fun. Just let me know. Dang. All right. So, yeah. So finally, she coming. All right, I'm like, we get to she tell me she here, sorry. She tell me she here and she's there. And I was like, okay, we get in the TSA line. We going through TSA and we're talking. She was like, I did feel some type of way. And I was like, girl, I didn't know if you was coming or not. So I was feeling uneven, and like the conversation, it was straight, and I was kind of getting over it, because I'm like, she here now, like, forget it. Like, let's have fun. I understand your situation. So, you know, you good now. We here. Let's turn up. Period. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get on this flight, have a good flight, and turn up. Cool. All right. So, fast forward. We end up having a couple drinks before the flight or whatever. We end up getting on the flight finally, and we're on our way to New York, because that's where our layover is. So, boom, get on the flight. We make it to New York. So now we're in New York, you guys, and this is when stuff was just like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? We get to New York. Why the layover was so freaking long? Like, first off, the flight got canceled. That's number one. The flight got canceled to Vegas. We're stuck in New York. We're from Detroit. We stuck in New York, and the flight got canceled. We can't leave till the next morning. Can you believe it? Yes, we were both pissed off because we didn't have nowhere to stay, and it was like already like 12 in the morning, and they want to tell us the flight got canceled. I just want to say, yes, I did work for JetBlue, but like New York is like, oh my gosh, like it's so hectic and it's so much that goes on, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's very like overwhelming. Don't get me wrong, I love JetBlue, but like in New York, it's like a different vibe, y'all. Like it's really a different vibe. That's all I gotta say. If you know, you know. But yeah, the flight ended up getting canceled. So me and her are very irritable, and especially because we were so excited to get there. I had to text my friend and tell her that I had to text Ashley, sorry. I had to text Ashley and tell her we weren't coming tonight, and you know, so she didn't have to wait up for us or nothing like that. Also, if you know, it's a big time, it's like I think it's like a 2 to 3 hour time difference between Detroit and Las Vegas. So it's a time difference. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to text her too late or whatever, because like I said, it's a big time difference. So anyways, I told my friend that, told Ashley that. All right. So we needed to find a place to sleep for the night into the morning, because that's when the next flight was, in the morning. So we ended up sleeping in New York. I have family in New York, couldn't call them because it was super late and it was a weekday. So I was pretty peed off. Like I was pissed off, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. And she was too. And I really felt bad because I'm like, dang, like why did this have to happen on this trip? And I was so excited, y'all. I was so excited. I just want to cry. Anyways, so fast forward, it's the morning time. So, you know, we kind of cheering up again. We happy, we about to go catch our flight, get on that flight and make it to Vegas finally. So we get on the flight, we make it to Vegas, and my friend, she actually couldn't come and pick us up exactly. I think she was doing an interview. Ashley, I think Ashley was in her interview, so she couldn't pick us up right then and there. And she just said she'll meet us at the hotel later. So I was like, okay, cool. All right, so we get to Vegas and we end up going to like the rideshare things like Uber. So we Ubered to our hotel. So once we Ubered to the hotel that we went to was Westgate. I just want to shout out Westgate because they were, oh my God, it was amazing, amazing, amazing. I loved it. Every inch of it, it was beautiful. Okay, Westgate is so beautiful. It's a nice resort. If you're ever in Vegas, I would highly suggest that you go and stay there. It is really, really nice. I loved it. And our room was so beautiful. And I might just do like, probably like on my TikTok or something like that, I might like just show y'all how the Westgate Resort looked. And that way y'all be like, oh my God, that was really nice. You had a really nice room. So also, my mom has a timeshare, so we actually used her timeshare for those 5 days. I think we were there for like 4 to 5 days that we went. And I'm talking about the room was amazing, baby. Room was amazing. Anyways, so yeah, so we didn't really even have to pay that much for the room, just because it was a timeshare. It's my mom's timeshare, and we both was supposed to go half. I'm about to get into that right now. So the room, I can't remember exactly how much the room, I know it was like around like $180, and I know like we were supposed to split that down the middle. Now I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna be honest. I got us a free flight because I worked for JetBlue. You get what I'm saying? But I never told Brianna that the room was free. I paid for the room because she still didn't give me the half. You know what I'm saying? So she still didn't give me her half of the room, even though it was only like $180 or whatever like that. So I didn't really, try to really bring that up, because I'm like, you know what? I brought it up one time, and then, that's that. I don't feel like I have to keep bringing up something that you should already know. So yeah, I was still waiting to get my half of what I already paid, what I paid for. I paid for the whole room by myself. And then it was a 70. When we got there, you know, you got to put in like a security deposit. So it was only $75. So she ended up having to use my Cash App card, but she sent me the money. She sent me the $75 on Cash App, and we had to use my card to, you know, put it on the security deposit just in case something happens to the room or whatever. Y'all know how that goes. So that's what ended up happening. Now, fast forward. Now, you know, we get in a room. It's looking nice. We get dressed. We're about to go out to eat. We're about to have fun. I call my friend Ashley, like, hey, we about to, you know, if you want to slide, like, come over. We getting dressed. Let's go. You know, let's go to the strip. If you know, you know, cause the strip be lit, baby. The strip be lit, baby. Yeah, it get active. Okay, it get active. I just want to say that. But anyways, like, we went to the strip. Everybody know, you go to the strip when you in Vegas, you're gonna have fun, and you're gonna be drunk as hell. Period. So we get dressed, we getting lit in the Uber. The Uber driver playing some fire music. You know what I'm saying? Getting me lit. I'm like, period. You know, it's a hot girl summer, baby, and I'm single. You know what type of time I was on. You know what it is. It's like, no. But no, for real, y'all. Like, we was having fun. We was enjoying ourselves, y'all. So Brianna and Ashley met, and they was cool, and they both smoked. I don't smoke, but they smoked, and I was like, yeah, you know, y'all gonna get along good, cause I don't smoke, you know, and y'all do. But when it comes to a drink, baby, I'ma have that drink, and I'ma drink it all up, and that's just on period. So that day was like pretty fun, and we ended up going to the pool. We ended up going to the strip, drinking, and you know, the typical things you do in Vegas, sightseeing, all of that. It was really, really cool. Really loved it. I really, really, really loved that day. That was a really good day. And then something like just crazy happened. Like, I ended up starting my lady thing while I was out there, and I was really, really, really upset because I'm like, I be so emotional, and then I kind of like cut up on him a little bit. I was like, y'all, like, I feel left out and stuff like that. But I think it was really just my freaking hormones, just because I was on my lady thing, and during that time, like, I really, like, my emotions were really just up and down already, just because I was going through a breakup. I was getting, like I said, we was at odds, and I didn't really know what was really going on, but I knew that we were breaking up, you know what I mean? So I was just going through a lot during that time, and my lady thing did not make it any better. So we still end up having fun though. After that, it's the next, you know, we go to sleep, it's the next day. So the next day, you know, I text my friend, she like, we coolin', we having fun. I'm like, today we back on it again. We about to get litty. You know what I mean? So the next day, I'ma just fast forward to like the nighttime. So we actually went to Fremont, that strip or whatever. That's like I guess the ghetto one. So yeah, we went there, and that was a very good experience, y'all. Like, if y'all go to Vegas, go there. So it was really fun. We actually went to a karaoke thing. I can't remember what it's called. Something cat. But it was really fun, y'all. And I'm gonna figure out what it was called. But once I figure it out, I'll let y'all know. But my bad. My phone like just keeps running out of storage for some odd reason. So I had to just do what I just had to do. And yeah, back to the story. So the place was called Cat's Meow. If you guys want to do karaoke, or you like karaoke, I highly suggest that you go there. It was very fun. Good drinks, deals on drinks. And they open for a very, very long time. Like, Vegas is probably like the second city that doesn't sleep for real. On my mama, on me, on God. Like, they don't sleep for real, just like Miami. Anyways, okay, so after that, we're on because I'm gonna fast forward, like pretty much just having fun the whole time. Fast forward, and it's this one day where it's like the day before we gotta leave. My friend had called me and said, you know, hey, can you give me something from Vegas and, you know, shopping, because like they got different variety of things than we do in Detroit. So I'm like, yeah. So he was like, give me like a Nike Tech Fake that nobody got. So I'm like, I got you, bro. I got you. Just send me the funds and I'll get it for you. So he ended up sending me the funds. So like that day before we left, like we was walking around. For mind you, we got real cute. Me and Brianna was in heels and everything. Ashley wasn't with us this day, just earlier because she was in an interview and taking care of business. You know what I mean? As she should. But anyways, so me and Brianna, we actually was trying to find the mall because we was gonna get something to eat after the mall or before the mall. But long story short, we just end up going to the mall, trying to find the mall, and we didn't find the mall until like last minute. But it wasn't the right mall that had the Nike outlet in there. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my feet was hurting, her feet was hurting. And she was getting upset with me, and I was just kind of like, you know, I'm doing this for my friend, and it's like, I didn't mind because I wanted to like I was still sightseeing. This is my first time in Vegas, so you know, I'm okay with sightseeing and stuff like that. Now, I don't suggest anybody to wear heels in Vegas unless you're just going to the club. All right, y'all. Technical difficulties, I don't know what's going on, but look, the devil is not gonna stop us. We gonna get this video out, y'all. So I'm gonna fast forward so I can go a little faster. If I have to make a part 2 to this, I will, for you guys, just for you guys. So all right, so now we're basically on the day before the last. I told you I went to the mall, all that, and looking for the mall, and I couldn't find the mall. So our feet was hurting. She was getting mad at me, and I was getting irritated because I'm like, girl, like, bro, we did the stuff you wanted to do the day before. Like, we kind of been going on what she wanted to do, and then it seemed like when other people wanted to do something, it was a problem. So, you know, like, now I'm just like now seeing it. Like, I feel like you start seeing people's true colors like when you go other places and like you're with other people and they might not really be feeling them other people. So anyways, we're at the little mall. It was the wrong mall, so I ended up saying, you know what, forget it, because she was like getting on my nerves. And I was just like, yeah, Brianna was getting on my nerves, and I was just like, all right, let's just go get food. And she was like, where are we gonna go to get food? But I'm like, you were saying like, let's go get food. So like, you should have been picked out the place. Honestly, you should have really picked out the place, and then we could have went to go get food. It's hella food places around there. That's what she told me. So I'm like, bro, okay, cool. So we gonna go and get food. So I just started walking. My feet already hurting, and then she irritated me. So I'm like, you know me, like I said, when it comes to a drink, I'm gonna have a drink. So I stopped at the little bar thing, got me a little drink, and I got the feeling good. So then she was like following behind me the whole time, or whatever. So then I finally like found like a little restaurant, a little Mexican restaurant. I had went into this little casino or whatever that was close by, because y'all know it's hella casinos and hella restaurants. So I had went into this restaurant and I started eating because, like, you know, I thought she was behind me, and you know, I'm like, bet, let's get food. She come to find out she wasn't behind me no more. So I'm on the phone with my friend. I'm like, yeah, that kind of just pissed me off, like what just all occurred, because it's like, it's not even that deep. Like, we here, and I'm like, this is my first time. I'm walking and want to see things, and I really don't mind walking. Yeah, my feet hurting, but I am actually enjoying the scenery and everything. So anyways, so I just gave up, like I said, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the mall tomorrow by myself. And like I said, she wasn't behind me no more. So now I'm at the restaurant by myself, and I'm feeling some type of way because I'm like, girl, it's like you had an attitude or whatever, or if you felt some type of way, you should just said that in the beginning, and that way I just could have just been like, yeah, I'm going to the mall tomorrow. So anyways, so we end up splitting up. She did her own thing, I end up doing my own thing, and I end up telling my friend, like, hey, can you come to this little restaurant? They knew something was, the restaurant knew something was wrong with me. They ended up giving me a free drink. Also, my friend, shout out to him, he ended up paying for my drink also, and I was really happy about that. And I'm just saying, if homegirl would have came with me, if Brianna would have came with me, she would have got some free food plus the free drink. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's on period. She could have came and she didn't, and she had like a little attitude. It was what it was. And then she seen on my like Instagram, she was like, oh, what's wrong with you? Are you good? I'm like, I'm good, you know.